I can't even talk about it. You know, it's so bad. But if people don't go to jail for this, American people should just stand up and say, listen, enough's enough. Let's don't have elections anymore.
We are not in a safe space without democracy. The fringe is not only saying crazy things, elected officials are acting on these crazy things.
I wish there was a special investigation into the voter fraud, because it was outrageous what happened. But nobody wanted to look into it because they were afraid they were going to be called out. And so it is what it is. I hate that it's happened.
This is a sitting senator from the state of Alabama. Senator Tuberville is saying we need to stop elections in this country. This is not a disconnect or an isolated event. This is the same behavior that saw people run into the Capitol on January 6th.
Peace in the name of Jesus. The blood of Jesus covering this place.
We're talking about election fraud again, when we know election fraud voter fraud does not take place in this country. Not at least unless you're a Republican. Most of the people prosecuted for voter fraud in this country were Republicans.
How could we forget the Nevada Republican voter who said he found it sickening to learn someone had cast a ballot in his deceased wife's name? The Trump supporter's story became a rallying cry for the Trump campaign and the GOP. Turns out the Republican voter himself ended up getting charged with 2 counts of voter fraud for casting a ballot in his wife's name. That man pleaded guilty to voting more than once in the same election, or simply put, voter fraud.
Think about that. Think about that. But what we have is a Republican Party that is content on making it seem as if it's a big, widespread thing, eroding at our democracy in a way that is so dangerous to sow up this discontent in more than 30% of the population. Those people who believe Trump, Tuberville, and the Republican Party in general, for that matter. But it's beyond that. Something else, something more nefarious is at play here. When you hear this type of conversation and people becoming religious about Donald Trump, it becomes scary. Look at this next video.
When you see him, the presence that he has in the room, the way he kind of commands the crowd, and the way
I think he's been picked by God, yes.
Yeah. He wears lifts. He wears lifts on his shoes. He wears a lot of makeup. He wears a girdle to hold in, his belly. Is that something, God would do?
First off, if you knew anything about the apostles,
yeah,
okay, they were pretty much all trash.
Just like everything else these people believe. Again, these people are the Republican Party, especially MAGA Republicans. And I can't really distinguish the two because so many of the other ones that are not MAGA Republicans are silent. So these people don't care about facts, historical or present day. The only thing they care about is their people being in power. This is dangerous. Democracy requires people to understand that sometimes your party, the people you support, may lose an election. That is not cause to burn down the house. That has been the contract that has kept this democracy in play, this republic in play for so many years. But what we are right now, what we're doing right now, behaviors of DeSantis banning books, the behavior of Tuberville saying we need to stop election, Donald Trump saying the elections are fraud, and Republicans running with it, and elected Republicans being silent. What we are doing now is edging our way over the cliff. America's democracy has not only been downgraded, it has been decimated. And because we continue to allow these people to be elected leaders, we too are co-opting them. Do something. I'm Mondale Robinson. Have a great day, but not before you think about it.